We're kind of getting spoiled, aren't we? I say this is false spring number one that we're encountering right now.
Yeah. We'll take it though.
We'll take it. All right. Everybody should have a copy there. We'll get started on our commissary monthly balance sheet for the month of January 2025. The bank balance end of January was $21,386.85. There was $251.19 in the lobby ATM and booking kiosk for a grand total of $21,638.04. At the time we did the snapshot here, resident balances were $1,692.22. Commissary items and tax not dispersed yet was $3,573.59 for a grand total of $16,372.23. If you jump down to the bottom there, you'll see our total commission off the commissary phone and kiosk commission was $2,786. That was remitted to the general fund for the month of January. If you jump to the next page there, you'll see the checking account balance sheet here for the bank balance end of January was $11,516.76. If we jump on down, you see we collected $20 in copy fees, $6,970.25 in sheriff's fees that were collected. Executions, we collected $3,412.01. And warrant fees collected $225 for a grand total of $10,627.26. Excuse me, leaves us back to our $889.50 that we started with. Go to the next page there. Lee should be able to pull that up on the screen. Everybody can see it. We'll talk about some sheriff's office activity here. Cases and calls for service for the month of January. We responded to 522 cases and calls for service. We had 7 accident reports that we completed. 59 warrants were served. 276 civil papers were served, and 4,535 transport miles for a total of 20 trips and 24 people that were transported in January. Just scroll on down to the middle here. Jail activity. Our average daily population for the month of January was 46.52. Our high ADP was 58, and that was on the 29th of the month. Low ADP was 40, and that was on the 6th of the month. On the scram bracelet, we had 18 people. We had 11 people on the remote breath. On the twice daily PBTs, we had 40 people participating on that. And on the twice weekly UAs, we had 37 people for a grand total of 106 people on the 24/7 program. And we had 194 bookings for the month of January. Again, kind of look back, that's kind of average, staying within that average amount of bookings. We scroll on down to the bottom. Out of county contracts, we collected $11,755. Work release fees, we collected $1,380. 24/7 fees, we collected $7,169, and scram fees, we collected $3,963. Any questions there?
Nope.
All right. That's all I really had on their monthly report this month. Short and quick, so.
Great. Thanks, Brad.
There you go. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Brad. So design meeting this afternoon, just to.
Yeah, another design meeting this afternoon. If you're free a little bit before then, Lee, come on, do the meeting with us at our office.
Okay, we'll see. Yeah.
So before you leave, Matt and I had a chance to tour the Minnehaha County Jail last week and seen some of the security things, features that they have in place. And I know that there's a meeting coming up with them on that, I believe, with Guardian RFID. Yeah.
I've met some in the past. We had that design here for our place here. I did sign up to go to that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Pretty neat software. And so, okay, cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right, come on up, Randy. So
Morning, Randy.
moving on to item number 11, action to award highway supply bids as announced at the February 18th, 2025 meeting. And Randy from the highway shop.
Yeah, I got it. I'll put it. Put it on.
Morning, Randy.
Good morning. How are we doing?
Good. I'll let you go ahead and kind of take over recommendation here.
This is for the supply bids for the year 2025. Starting with concrete. These are the numbers from last week. Going to accept the Rinker bid. Do you want me to read off each individual size?
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be fine.
For the 24-inch concrete pipe, we're looking at $42.87. For the 36-inch concrete pipe, $78.73. For 60-inch concrete pipe, $209.98. Then we move on to bridge deck. For 40 foot, $7,534. For 50 foot bridge deck, $10,634. For a box culvert, we're looking at $780 even. And for a 10 by 10 box culvert, we're looking at $965. The concrete pipe, bridge deck, and culvert are individual, so we would have to get approval for each of those separately. Again, this is from Rinker, from Rapid City.
We want to take each one of these separate or just all. Yeah, I think that would be fine. So go ahead.
Everything?
Yep.
Okay. Moving on to liquid asphalt, we'll come back to the steel pipe because that is the next item. For the liquid asphalt, we're looking at Flint Hills for a portion of it. And that is for the EA 150S at $576. For the CSS-1H, we're looking at $569. For the CSS-1H D30, we're looking at $430. And for the CSS-1H D50, we're looking at $335.
333.
I'm sorry, yes, $333.
Okay.
And then for the other portion of the liquid asphalt, we're looking at purchasing from Jebro out of Sioux City. For the MC 70, we're looking at $1,143.46. And for the MC 3000, we're looking at $898.46. Moving on to the asphalt patching, Dunick was our lone bidder. For the cold mix, it's $180. For the hot mix, 3/4 inch, $81. For the hot mix half inch, it's $84. And for the hot mix half inch virgin material, it is $99 per ton. Then moving on to the pea gravel. We're hoping Northern Con Ag at $7.35. Moving on to the gravel crushing, we're going to accept bids from two of the bidders. One is Brown Lee. They submitted for half inch crushed at $3.58. 5/8 inch at $3.44. And crushed 3/4 inch at $3.04. And the second bid overall was from Rogie at $7.50 overall.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. What is overall?
That is the final cost. That includes the stripping of the land, the crushing of the material, and then any royalties they get. So that's an overall.
So with Brownlee, then there would be, those costs would also show up, or?
It would be in addition to that base price, yes.
All right.
Brownlee strictly submitted crushing cost. Then moving on to the fuel. Coal was our best bid. There was one correction. The diesel number 2 to the outside shop should be $2.57. The diesel number 2 to the main shop is $242. The diesel number one to the outside shops would be an additional 8 cents and another 15 cents on top of that. And that is based on the average daily price. Then the diesel number one within town would be at just the 8 cents in addition to the average daily price. That comes out of Sioux Falls. And that is all I had.
Okay, we'll look for a motion to award the highway supplies bids as announced.
Second.
Move to approve by Johnson, second by McElhaney. Commissioner Gable, do you have discussion,
I don't have any.
question? Nothing?
I was gonna ask you about the corrugated pipe, but I understand we did that. That's.
That's the next step.
Yeah, okay, that's separate.
Yes.
Any more discussion at all? Right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? That motion carries. All right, item number 12, action to purchase highway supplies. This is the metal pipe culverts from the Beetle County bid award.
This is an annual bid that Beetle County gets from True North, which is in Huron. It's a loan bid for the corrugated pipe. The 18 by 16 gauge is $24. The 24-foot by 16 gauge is $30.40. The 30-foot by 14 gauge is $48 even. The 36-foot 14 gauge is $57.60. The 60-foot by 14 gauge is $99.12. The 72-foot by 12 gauge is $120.96. The 96-inch by 12 gauge is $218.40. The 180-inch by 12 gauge is $245.28. And the Arch 60-inch is $149.85. The Arch 72-inch is $179.45. The Arch 108-inch is $270.10. And then for deck lumber, it's $267.40. That is it for Beetle County, even though there are other items we're capable of purchasing. Those are the main items we normally do get from them.
Okay. Move to approve by Johnson, second by
second that.
McElhaney. Any discussion? Sorry.
Certainly.
I don't have last prices in front of me.
Yes.
How did they compare?
I would have to lie to you also. I don't have them in front of me.
Okay, good.
They,
Just put in a steel, has it skyrocketed or whatever?
I'm sure it's gone up a little bit and I can get you that information.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
It was interesting, I read an article or saw somewhere that some of the soft drink companies are loading up or buying up aluminum.
Hmm.
In fear of the tariffs, and they said if you have trouble finding aluminum, that's why, because they want their soft drink cans are all made out of aluminum.
Sure. Trying to
That's
stay
all.
ahead.
Soft drink companies are loading up.
Hmm.
That's amazing, isn't it? That's.
Get the jump on the system.
Getting up
There you
front.
go.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on to item number 13 now. Discussion possible action for replacing the electrical panel at the extension building. In the sale ring and barn area. Morning.
Thanks, Dave.
Steve. This would be you.
Not used to being this low.
Yeah.
Yes, if Lee got that pulled up. Yeah, this is what I brought across to you at my minutes, for my report last week. They did check into the panel. So this is the quote that they gave for replacing that panel, for a 400 amp panel, all square D. And so that for $4,927. There are some, the panel is old and some of the old, they're old breakers. Some are hard to come by. So, and then when they checked into the panel, there's some things in the back that's kind of looking in tough shape. So.
I'll move to approve.
Motion by Gable, second by McElhaney. Any discussion? It's a budgeted item.
Yeah, I have budgeted for, repair and stuff like that. So.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Thank you, Steve.
Yep.
Item number 14, discussion possible action to close the treasurer's office to the public at 4 p.m. That today? All right, so Carol says that due to during the transition with her new DMV system, she would like the board to consider closing the office to the public at 4 o'clock. We work through the customers in her office at that time and then start going through the paperwork and start to balance and reconcile. She says so far they've been here at least until 6 balancing and then have to clean up for things the next day. The hour changes will only be temporary. You just have to get a handle on their new software and reports so that their accounts will balance out. Should be back to normal transition by April 15th, she said, normal hours, so.
Mr. Chair, I would like to amend that request and say, April 15th. That's 6, we're not even into March yet, so that's 6 weeks.
Mhm.
I would like to see April 1st. That's still a full month, a little over a month. Rather than the 15th, just make it April 1st.
Okay. Can you run and grab Carol and see if she wants to comment on why the 15th? I
So
hate
this-
to.
Mr. Chair, just to
that.
clarify, so this would be like starting effective immediately, I would assume.
I would amend the
Thanks.
So basically from now until whatever date
At
we're
4
saying,
o'clock, yeah.
every day the office
That's what I would assume.
would be closed at 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
Mr. Chair.
by just reading this, yes.
I got
Commissioner Gable.
Mr. Johnson's idea, this, we could pick a time, maybe closer than we get, if we really need to, we can extend that with another motion perhaps.
We're working with the general public here and probably easier for them to remember April 1st is when, rather than 15th.
Well, that's tax.
And that's a long time.
That's
I mean,
tax days.
man, almost build a house.
Yeah. There may be a justifiable reason she's asking for the 15th. I would
Yeah.
just like her
We'll wait and see what she says.
Yeah.
to come in and give us a,
I really think this is something we're gonna need to publicize really well, cause
right, yeah.
I
And she's really
see,
good about that. Hey, Carol, good morning. Come on up.
be a lot of heat from people.
Carol, we're on to your item here on the agenda. And you'd requested, would that start today then at 4 o'clock?
It'll start whenever you guys say it'll start.
Okay, and
But-
go through April 15th is what you're.
That's what my request was. If things get better, it'll, as soon as life is normal, we'll go back.
Okay,
It's, because April's my tax season.
right. Busy time.
Right,
Yeah.
so the sooner we can get back to 5 o'clock, the better, but
So
That way
if
I've got a
we set it
window.
at April 1st, would that hurt you? Would you be all upset with that?
it's the board's decision. I'm just trying to equalize what's going on. is
And then
what I'm
we
trying
could,
to do.
then we could extend it out. If we need more time, we could always extend those,
Yeah,
that
If
time
it
out.
doesn't get
If it's
better.
Okay,
They've got programmers on site that are, they're working with them on the regular. They're trying to get everything going. It's just that things aren't working right and it's just adding to it. And then you get to the end of the day and nothing's balancing and,
Right.
when we made the conversion in 08, it was so bad in 08, we actually, I don't know. None of you are probably on the board in 08. We actually closed on Wednesdays. Cause we had so much stuff coming in mail wise and people wise, we used Wednesday to get caught off. The reports in 08, you didn't have categories that balanced. They had to come in and were checking the balances.
Mhm.
It took them 2 to 3 hours every morning, go through every receipt because the report wasn't right. But they've got that part they're working on, that's pretty darn close, but
okay.
that's the reason.
Would it be like, maybe just say for the month of March, or you need it now, like we need to start
Sta-
today?
Well,
I
Again,
would
that's
say
up to-
start on Monday. That way we can get the word out to the public that
That-
the hours will change effective Monday. And then we go through April 1st. And if you need more time, then just let us know and we can talk about extending that.
sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the hours effective Monday will be from 8 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon
Right.
for your office.
Yep.
Okay. Through April 1st or March 31st, whatever.
Right.
And then if you need more time, just come back to the board. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we need to take action on that, I guess, since
I'll
that
make
is
a
an
motion.
official item. So we do have a motion by Gable. Do we have a second? Second by Johnson.
So basically the.
March 31st.
So basically the first of March.
March 3rd through April 1st.
No,
Through, just for the month of March.
March 31st at 5 PM. They go back to regular hours on April 1st.
That's what my motion.
Okay, is that right?
Johnson.
But it starts on Monday, which is March 3rd.
March 31st. So it'll start Tuesday morning, the 1st of April. They'll go back to 8 to 5.
Correct. But
Okay.
it'll start closing at 4 on Monday, which is March 3rd. That's what I was saying.
Yes, okay. We're already into March.
Yes.
Wow, okay,
So
it is.
essentially, it's just the month of March for the
Right.
general public.
right, okay. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Like I
Commissioner.
said before, I think whatever we can do to get that message out to the public, because I could see a lot of people showing up after 4 going, the courthouse is open and I
Right.
can't do this, and they're not
Yeah.
gonna be happy if they show up.
I'm sure our media partners will happily help us out with that, get that word out. And I'm sure that Carol will be putting out something too, I'm sure. So she's
Headline
pretty good
news,
about that.
headline news.
All right. All right, let's move on to item number 15, action to approve a funding agreement with USGS Flood Monitoring Services as budgeted. This is an annual expense
Yes.
that we have to do every year.
Yes, it is. And it was missed in December, but it's for this year, January 1 through December 31. And the two amounts are 11,645 and 7,495 for a combined total of $19,140.
Move to approve by Johnson, second by Schwer. Any discussion?
Just on the country. Brenda, I don't. Sure, so which one is the party, the first part, and which is the party, the second part?
So it's US Geological, and then it would be Codington.
So we're the second part,
Yeah,
okay.
And this
And
is
it's those
for
flood
the
monitors.
river
Yes,
gauges along
yeah.
the Big Sioux River that monitor, and you can go online and check those out. So kind of a vital resource for us. The river going through our area. So, okay, so all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 16, no abatements. Number 17, action to approve claims for payment.
First of all, we have the salary claims for February in the amount of $777,985.35.
Brenda, there's so-
Anyway, so we will do these all separately. So that is the salary.
What was that total again?
$777,985.35. I think it's up in the top part, Tyler, if you look before all the deductions. It says total salary.
Gotcha. You want a separate one, you said?
Yes, I need.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by McElhaney,
Second.
second by Gable. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
The second amount is some of the claims that we just take care of now. We don't wait for the whole next month. You have a whole list of those and the total amount is $37,902.71.
So move.
Moved by Schwer, second.
Second.
Second by McElhaney. Any discussion on those? Not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
And the third set of claims, we will try to keep these separate. These are in relation to the jail project. We have Austin Engineering. We have a couple from Tegra, and then we have one with Architect Inc. That total amount for all three is $576,057.01.
Okay, so,
We have one from Austin,
yep,
and then you have Architect Inc., the 511,500.
yep.
And then you have two from Tegra. Yep, 41.
So we want the amount. So Austin Engineering is 1,800 and you said
Architect Inc. is 511,500.
Yep,
And then the two from Tegra, one is 41,793.62. And the second one is for 20,963.39 for a total of 62,757.01 to Tegra.
okay, looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Gable, second.
Second.
Second by Schwer. Any more discussion on those items?
So if you look at if you look at this, it's actually, we're actually kind of ahead of the game on this schedule and that. when you look at that amount, but there'll be some more bills. So now we're getting caught up.
Yes.
Head of the game is always good. All right.
Now we can actually pay them. We have the money moved in the,
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
no budget supplements.
No budget supplements.
We have personnel change. You have that in there.
We do.
In your packet, it is for Cody Hoff. Highway Maintenance Tech 2, effective date will be March 3rd, 2025. Step 1, 22.35 an hour in the Highway Department, and he is a new hire.
Move to approve.
Move to approve by McElhaney, second by Gable. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Action to approve travel requests, number 20. You have any of those?
No travel requests,
No
I'm sorry.
travel requests.
I'm distracted.
All right, public notice, a possible quorum of commissioners could be in attendance at. There is a Weed Towns and Townships annual meeting on March 13th at, it just says PM. I assume that's probably 7 PM, 6 PM at the Extension Center Complex. And that's again on March 13th. Everybody's welcome to attend that.
Lobster bisque, I hope.
Lobster,
Lobster bisque.
It'll be,
oyster.
oysters stew.
Yeah.
Is it Codington?
Codington oysters. Fresh out of the Big Sioux. Okay, good. Good. All right. Anybody else have anything or quorum?
Wednesday night at 5:30 is that pipeline safety
Yes.
workshop, that's out at the Rancona this year. I'll be there.
I will be there.
A couple others, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably be there.
Yeah.
I'll probably.
Wow. Okay. All right. Anything else? If not, let's move on to number 22, old business. Anyone have any old business? Old business, nothing. New business. Number 23, new business. Come on up. Yes.
Hi.
Okay, we'll move on to the open then. There's no new business. We'll put you in the open. That's okay. Come on up.
Hello.
Hello.
It's been a while since I've been over here.
Yeah.
Sarah had a sick child this morning, so she asked me to come and talk to you guys. She's on the agenda for this to be approved, discussion and approved tomorrow or next week.
So the media knows who's talking. Please identify yourself and who you're with.
Sorry, I am Carrie Cranbrink. I am with the Codington County Community Service Office.
There you go. Okay, go ahead, Carrie.
So March 5th and 6th, we have a training. It's called Transition to Success Certification Training. It's a 2-day training. It'll be held at the police department, community room. So, Sarah just wanted to kind of give you a heads up that we're requesting, or she's going to be requesting next week for our office to be closed those 2 days. Because all of our office is going to partake in this training. The helpline centers paid for half of it, and then the county paid for the other half it was approved back in November, so it was out of last year's budget. I want to say there's like 10 to 15 people that are signed up for this. Basically what this training is for, it's training to include poverty knowledge, motivational interview skills, and then learning how to implement the transition to success, basically creating a care plan for our clients that come in. And then this care plan is really run by them, and then they can take it to other agencies, like if they move or whatever, this plan stays with them. So it's just kind of basically addressing the root cause of poverty and what causes it, the adverse social determinants of health. It'll go along with our software that we already have, our database.
Great. Now, is this open to the public?
They can, it's, I believe information was sent out. I'm not sure if there's limited space. But there is, if they want to, find out more information, they can certainly call our office and talk to Sarah.
Okay.
You say 2-day, it's like all day long, 2 days.
Yep, the first day is 8:30 to 5, and then the next day is 8:30 to 3. It used to be a 3-day training, but they condensed it down to 2 days. That's why it's.
Sarah did contact me a while ago and review that workshop with me, and was asking about whether we would consider closing the office, you know, for those 2 days, and
Mhm.
I said, here you are. That's
Yeah.
Up to the commission.
Yep.
Here we are.
Yeah,
See, it's not a surprise to me. I was
yep,
forewarned ahead of time and have an idea of what's going on.
yeah. So, yeah, it should be a good training. Help the community health workers get a little, you know, just some more training in how to, you know, create the best plans that we can to help people. Especially with all of the, you know, funding and stuff the way it is right now, and, you know, just kind of give us.
I didn't know how
extra-
many people are involved, but how many did you say?
I wanna say there's like 10 to 15 people that have
Yeah.
signed up.
You know, this is amazing, 10 or 15. When I first started on the commission, we had one person part-time
Yeah,
representing that, and that's how that department has grown.
yes, we have.
And we need to keep.
Excuse me. Yeah,
We're all moving.
So Sarah will need to make sure and get this on the agenda
Yep. I
for.
believe she already
commission.
had
Oh,
it
she
on the
already did.
agenda. Yep.
Okay,
Yep, she just wanted me to
Okay.
kind of, you know, come and like she's, like Myron said, she
Right.
did get it, talk to him a while ago, but just kind of get it out there just to let you know, and then,
good. Okay.
for that, so, okay.
All right. Thank
All right,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, so let's move on to any more public comments during the open? Any more public comments? Any public comments? Nope. Let's move on to commissioner comments. Commissioners, do you have anything?
Mr. Chair, just as I mentioned, we're continuing with the design work. That's almost done. The schematic design's almost done with the jail. Just a couple details. We'll see with the, which is good. I mean, you want the sheriff and Matt, our chief corrections officer, to be tweaking that.
Mhm.
To get it just right. And then, because now's the time to be figuring this stuff out. Also waiting from DOT for those approach permits. So that's still waiting on that. So been in touch with DOT about that. So.
Sounds good. Anybody have anything else? Is there a need for executive session today? No need for executive session.
Well, good job.
Move to adjourn by Johnson,
Second.
second by Schwer. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone. I know.